So Batwoman, guys, as we know, Bruce Wayne has been missing from the city and Kate Kane, aka Batwoman, is somewhat in search for him. But it turns out that Batman could very well appear in Batwoman someday. How's it going, Bat family? Welcome to a brand new Batwoman video, which I haven't done in quite some time. Today's video is another discussion video because this topic definitely intrigued me. Just because I don't necessarily believe it, but I do at the same time. And that is that Batwoman EP says never say never to a Batman cameo. So this kind of gets me thinking right off the bat, are they kind of just saying this because, you know, they kind of want to keep those people in just in case Batman... Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, putting the fishing hook out saying, to all those people who want to see Batman in a Batwoman show, it might happen. But anyway, everyone, on to the main meat of the article. So it remains one of the biggest questions regarding the CW's upcoming Batwoman series. Will Batman be making an appearance in the new Arrowverse series? Will, with Ruby Rose's heroine stepping up for Gotham after Batman's disappearance, it makes sense that fans would be curious about the Dark Knight's potential presence in the series, and it's something that executive producer Caroline Dries hasn't ruled out. At Sunday's Television Critics Association press tour, Dries was asked once again about the likelihood of Batman making a cameo in the series at this point, and it sounds like it's not off the table. Well, it's interesting because here's what she says. We'd like to say never say never. Now, the article goes on to say that Dries has actually addressed the Batman question quite a few times, most recently during the show's San Diego Comic-Con panel last month. At that time, Dries offered a bit more, as I said, I'm sorry if I'm butchering her name, in the way of an explanation, and this is wholly true, by the way, particularly pointing out that they have permission in order to bring Batman to the show. They have to have permission. Anything is possible, Dries told fans. Everyone in the room knows how strict Warner Brothers is with the Batman property. And then that's when they go on to say, they liken it to like Supergirl, in terms of how obviously in Supergirl, she had a chance to shine even more with Superman being gone. And, you know, they say various things like, you know, I think there's so much fun to have without him. Not that I'm not a big fan. And it's not... I don't think it's mega comparable to Supergirl in the exact same situation. Because on one hand, you have Supergirl, she's in National City. Superman is a busy-ass bloke anyway. Probably, you know, saving Metropolis and the whole world and all that jazz. Blah, 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 blah. But they're in different cities. Whereas Batwoman has taken over Gotham City because the Batman went missing. So I'm skipping a little bit into this article here, but where it says executive producer Sarah, I cannot pronounce the second name, Schechter, took things a bit further this time, noting that the absence of the more popular male hero is something that has already been worked well for another Arrowverse hero, frequently seen as being in her cousin's shadow, Supergirl. On that show, the absence of Superman in the beginning really helped define the heroine, something that may be replicated on Batwoman. It's much easier on Supergirl for her to have her chance to shine when Clark is doing something somewhere else, but with Batwoman, you can't really say, oh, Batman's come back, but he's not really doing anything unless he's an ancient old Batman or something like that. But supposedly in the Arrowverse, you know, Batman is relative to Ruby Rose / Kate Kane's age. So, you know, that is his city. He wouldn't go anywhere else. So comparing it to that, I get what they're going for in principle. It's like, you know, without Batman, Batwoman does have a chance to shine. But if you're going to pretend like he comes back in, then no. But now let's actually answer this question from my perspective. They would like to say never, but I would like to say never. Just because, you know, Batman as a character, in my opinion, unless it's a very temporary thing, you know, maybe a couple of years I'll give it. But he wouldn't abandon Gotham City. And I don't know, I'm not a writer, so I'm sure they could write something in. I'm not disregarding that. But for him to be gone since, you know, in the time setting that he's been missing in the Arrowverse is since Arrow Season 4. So just to say that, like, never say never, it just feels more like, you know, baiting the hook out, saying, we could have Batman in our series one day, but, you know, we don't know. Just say never, because, like, the whole premise of this show is that Bruce Wayne has effed off, and so has Batman, coincidentally. If he was to return to Gotham City, there's no way he wouldn't be Batman again. If you made it so that Bruce Wayne returned to Gotham City, and he just walked in the office, and he saw that Batwoman was doing a great job, and he walked back out, that wouldn't be his character, and I know a lot of people would not like that. Who knows? Who knows if we're ever going to get a solid answer? I don't even know if the writers know, but they still might give clues as to what happened to Bruce Wayne without actually knowing themselves properly. I wouldn't blame them if they did that, because it would have to be a really darn good reason for Bruce to retire for years and years and years and years, because, you know, we're on Arrow season 8 now. So yeah, it's been around 4 years in the Arrowverse since the Batman has gone missing. And the assumption that is, you know, kind of, you know, been laid out is that he is out there somewhere. And it doesn't mean, and just, you know, judging by this article, that he wouldn't come back, but it's already out of character for him to be gone this long. So I think what I'm trying to say here, in summary, in this article, is never say never. It's like, well, if Bruce Wayne came back, he would be Batman. And then how is this not going to be a Batman show? I don't see how it wouldn't be. So the only way I could see them truly doing it is if he came back in a mentorship role, didn't want to take back the vigilante, you know, suit, but which, as I keep saying, would be completely unlike him, because he already abandoned Gotham, which was kind of unlike him, but it, you know, has been known to be explored before in Batman canon. But he comes back. He doesn't leave it years. But either way, so that would just leave Batwoman at a null. So as a result, they're not going to do that, which is why I'm just making this video in the first place, because I'd be blown off this seat if they introduced Batman into the show a few seasons in. Because if they did that, I think the show should end. And I'm not saying Ruby Rose's Kate Kane wouldn't be a vigilante anymore, but I don't see how they could have Batman in Gotham City in a Batwoman show and not ever show him. It's already a really big question anyway, when tackling Batwoman as a TV show anyway, in terms of all the other characters. Where are all the other characters? Is this Arrowverse terms like Gotham City completely different to traditional canon? Because with the Batwoman TV show, and I know there were Easter eggs to like Robin and stuff like that, I believe in the Elseworlds crossover, I could be wrong, but this Batman's been doing it for a long time. Half his Rogues Gallery are already locked up at Arkham from what we know in the Elseworlds crossover. But where are the Bat family? You know, I've already mentioned fair dues if it is a little bit different. Every iteration of canon is. But it's going to be weird if we don't ever get like maybe Oracle, or any Bat family, or Alfred, just anything like that in the Batwoman TV show. Maybe they've argued in this iteration or on Earth 1 or in this Gotham City that Batman hasn't even taken on a Robin or a Jason. It's just so up in the air. Now, I know some people at the same time will be like, but Boba, what about Kevin Conroy's Bruce Wayne? What if they're trying to make him the actual Batman of the Arrowverse? Well, that's a yes and a no. Well, first of all, he isn't. I'm very sure that he's going to be the Bruce Wayne / Batman Beyond, or whatever you want to call him in your iteration, or whatever iteration we're going to get of another world. Because we know we're getting Brandon Routh's Superman, Kingdom Come Superman. I like to think that he's that version, Bruce Wayne's version of that. Also, from what we already know, with Bruce Wayne / Batman being relative to Ruby Rose / Kate Kane's age in the Arrowverse, this is a much older version of Batman. So if they were to make him our version, it would completely rewrite the Earth One's history, which, you know, I guess is weirdly a part of Crisis anyway. But I wouldn't like that so much. I mean, there is a Batman that we've got. He's similar to Kate Kane's age. Kevin Conroy's Bruce Wayne / Batman will not overwrite Earth 1's Bruce Wayne. And even if he did, and I've already spoke about this before, it's not going to be our Earth's Bruce Wayne, just because then Kevin Conroy, you know, if asked about it, saying, hey, where have you been all these years, Batman? Like, where did you go? Or where did you think you could? He could just give us all the answers. And they're clearly not going to shoot that scene. So I think, quite confidently, without knowing the true answers, that Kevin Conroy's Batman for Crisis on Infinite Earths is another Earth's Bruce Wayne. It makes sense, and our Earth 1's Bruce Wayne is still gone missing, and I still think it's pretty stupid, but I get it rights-wise, but it's a bit difficult because you're doing Crisis. That Bruce Wayne of Earth 1 doesn't come back to fight in the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, what went wrong in his life, or what happened for him to go missing that lets him put the whole stake of the universe at... It's just so weird to me. Isn't it weird to you guys? I get it, though, for legal behind-the-scenes licensing reasons. But on the forefront of things, Batman... Sure, we are getting a Batman, Kevin Conroy, but our Batman, Earth 1, doesn't give a flying F, apparently. But I just went a little bit off topic there, but to end the video, in response to the showrunner saying, we like to say never, my response to that is, it's probably never. As I've already said, if they introduce a Bruce Wayne, it would be going against quite a lot. And if he was still introduced, and if they are actually going to do that, it would be towards the end of the series. It would make sense, because the whole premise of this show is that Batwoman becomes Batwoman because Gotham City is in need of a savior. Bruce Wayne's clearly off, doing God knows what on a yacht, chilling somewhere with Selena Kyle, maybe Dark Knight Rises style in a way. But as soon as he comes back, the show doesn't have to end, but it, you know, based off the premise of the show, I'm not saying Kate Kane would give up her watch. I'm sure she'd be an addition to the Bat family, if you will, but Bruce Wayne would take over as Batman again, 100%. So you would have to assume the show would end. I don't see a version of this show bringing in Bruce Wayne just in a mentorship role. I think people would be really pissed off with plot device tribute to Bruce Wayne that you've brought in instead of the Bruce Wayne we deserve on TV. But either way, guys, I'm going to end it there. Let me know your thoughts. Do you believe that, you know, fair enough, they like to say never, but do you really believe they'll bring a Bruce Wayne / Batman in the TV show? The only other way I think that could possibly happen is flashbacks. But even then, she is right in saying 100% that they are very strict on what they can use and what they can't use on TV. And it would be very Shadow-esque silhouette Batman if they were to ever show anything in the past. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like on it, as it really does show support for the channel. Are you still excited about Batwoman? Let me know that as well, on top of all of your thoughts on this subject anyway. But that is everything. Join my Discord server if you want to talk about Batwoman with me personally. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you, Bat Family, in the next video. Goodbye.